Now we are going to know a bit more about other type of project. We are going to know a bit more about how to build partnerships, how to build and to strengthen participation in the neighborhoods. So to take part in the decision process, being aware of what climate means for the people who are living there and how they take their own decisions on how to manage things. Vanesa, please, go ahead. She's going to explain us a bit about a program that is taking place in Mozambique. Please, go ahead.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Vanesa Castan-Broto, and I'm leading the project on partnerships for climate-compatible development in Maputo. I want to thank Momentum for Change for recognizing this project, which was a very small and experimental project, and this gives us a lot of courage to move forward into developing this project further. I also like to thank Climate Development Knowledge Network for giving us their support and making this project possible. Momentum for Change has asked for good news, and I do think we have good news for you. All over the world, there is people living in cities who understand what climate change means in their lives and what to do about it. People may be poor, but they have experiences of the cities, and they have plans and ideas about how that city should be. Many have even lived through disasters. They may have first-hand experience of what climate change means. These local communities are real climate change experts. Next. Next. For now, let's travel to the city of Maputo, where we did this project from 2011 to 2013. Let's travel to the actual neighborhoods where people work, trade, raise families, rest. Next, please. Where people live their lives. These are the places where people go about their daily life. They do so in spite of lack of proper infrastructure, without drainage, with unpaved roads and crazy traffic jams, with pit toilets, and with limited opportunities for education and betterment. But they live, they learn, they thrive. Next, please. In Maputo, 44% of the population live in poverty. This is 500,000 people, a fifth of whom live in severe poverty. They live in neighborhoods like this one, Tamanculo C. But this is also people with knowledge and resources and experience who have a voice and want this voice to be heard. Next, please. How can we leverage these resources for climate change action? Climate change action that also recognizes local development priorities. Next. Over the last 2 years, our project has developed urban planning tools for citizens in Maputo to put forward their vision for the future of their neighborhood. We train local facilitators and organize a process of dialogue through which citizens discuss climate change information and their different ideas about what type of climate change action would be more appropriate. They also engage with climate change knowledge because we were able to present it in a way that related to their own experiences of flooding in Maputo. Next, please. Through this process, communities elected a climate planning committee with members of their own community. And they also developed a community climate change adaptation plan. In this plan, they summarized their proposals and evaluated whether they were feasible and sustainable. They proposed things like rehabilitating drainage channels, improving waste collection and disposal, constructing sanitary blocks, and repairing leaking water pipes. They also proposed options for a composting plant that would enable them to deal with their waste in a more sustainable way. I know these are quite mundane things, but very important ones, things that make a real difference directly on the lives of people, and also things that help them to adapt to climate change. Next, please. At the end of this process, communities knew what they wanted to say and how to say it. They could demonstrate their expertise in climate change and development. Next, please. Next, please. What they needed now was a forum where their views could be heard. So we went on to organize that. How do we get then the key players on climate change in Maputo to hear about the views of local citizens in informal settlements. Our project was backed by the Environmental Fund of Mozambique, which is a governmental organization, that helped us to build dialogue across different organizations, from the government, business, and civil society. First, we approached them individually to raise awareness about the expertise that citizens already have. And then in June 2013, we organized a learning workshop in which the Climate Planning Committee presented their proposals in the local under plan. Big players like the Ministry of Environment, the Water Utility Feedback, and the municipality committed to work towards achieving what the communities had proposed. Next, please. And some steps have been taken. A plot of land for the composting plant has been found. Citizens are in the process of organizing collective drainage cleaning. But we need time to see the impact of these proposals. Yet this project has shown not just that communities are real climate change experts, but also that they can do a lot with very little. We'd like to see this replicated in other neighborhoods of Maputo and in the whole of Chamanculo Sea. We have the appropriate support locally, and we just need a few resources to keep the facilitation going and to bring it to other communities. Our ambition is to build a whole city network of local climate change experts in Maputo. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vanesa.